too.
No, Mason is Shrek and I'm Donkey. Welcome.
I'm hoping you guys can hear this now.
Yeah, we can hear that. Let that good
Okay,
stuff
good.
play.
Welcome to episode 156 of the Still Dripping Happy Hour. This is your host, Mason, and on the move tonight, we got Hayes Holla. And we got LP. And we've got a very special guest, Mr. Austin Gwin. You've probably heard a story or two about this man over the pod. He hasn't, because he told us pre-show that he hasn't listened to the podcast, and Panama Slim had some thoughts that he wanted to save. So I'll let you do a brief introduction, Hayes.
Yeah, you piece of crap. You were one of the founding members of this crap, and you don't even listen to the podcast. Do you even know we did a podcast?
It was birthed at his house in his living room.
It was birthed. You were there when I said the baby bottle story, and here you are. You don't even listen to this crap? Like, screw you.
Oh my gosh.
Welcome, Austin.
Got two kids that play sports, and
oh my gosh.
Austin, honestly,
man.
If we could trade you for Hayes, we would do it in a second. If we could trade you for Hayes, Hayes would be gone.
Hayes is pretty consistent. I don't know. I think we're gonna have to live with that.
I'm a lot of things, but I am consistent.
Hey, availability is the best ability.
Yep. Hey, so this episode of the Still Dripping Happy Hour is sponsored by the Still Dripping Happy Hour merch store. Feel free to go and like and subscribe, and then buy some merch. We need to get Austin, since he's a founding member. We should get his opinion on our merch.
Oh my gosh.
We've got shorts, we got joggers,
this
we
is
got
like
hoodies.
Social media. This is not us. This is Hayes' pet project.
It's all me.
Okay?
Hey, I did the Louis logos.
About to say the cream SD hoodie is not terrible.
Wait, he's got a comment. Go ahead.
The cream SD hoodie is pretty. Like I could see myself on that.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, well, I'll remember that, and maybe I'll hook you up. You might be the first guest that we send some merch.
Cool. You thought I lived in Kansas City, so that you might not be able to make it to my house.
What was it? Did you live in Kansas City one time?
Nope.
Shoot.
Are you a Chiefs fan now?
No, certainly not.
Well, crap.
Your brother lived in Kansas City, right?
Landry did, yeah.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking. All right. Anyway, support us, not because you just like us, but that's cool. But support us and buy our merch because it's dope merch, and there's no better podcast merch out there at all, right? Yeah,
sure.
Some shorts, some
absolutely.
joggers, some hoodies, some shirts. Go do it. All right, move on.
Austin, there's an unreleased episode of this podcast with Bodie on it. Did you know that?
Man, I didn't, but I
Gosh!
probably know why it's not released.
It was pretty rough.
It's pretty bad. He's
He's
been
a
on some
big
others
sneaker guy.
that were very good, but yeah, I would say Austin.
I don't think he's got a pair of good
biggest
sneakers, honestly.
He doesn't. That was the irony.
Not great.
Austin, do you did you know your brother was our intern once? Did you know that?
For the church?
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna throw up. For the podcast.
No, for the podcast.
Dude, Hayes,
We have an internship program.
Dude, Bodie and I never talk. That kid's like a whole different generation than me.
Yeah,
I didn't even.
That can't be an excuse. Oh my gosh, Austin, you can't use the kids' excuse, and you can't use that because I'm a whole generation older than y'all. And look at what I'm doing. All right, let's move on.
All right. Well, I
think Bodie learned to talk when I was in college.
Bodie's a good kid, man. He doesn't know crap about
Austin already had a kid before
Respect.
Bodie knew what kids
That's
were.
right. You know what's for real though? That Savannah and Bodie are closer in age than Bodie and I are. That's for real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
How old are you?
33.
Was he
Hayes
21,
and John
22?
are like that.
He's 21 and Sav's 10.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, y'all are all way closer in age to my oldest child than you are to me.
Yeah,
Bottoms
that's
up.
fair. Oh, what are we?
All right,
sipping
I'm
on
sorry.
tonight, Hayes?
Proper. Hey,
You're
wait,
fine.
proper introduction. When all this
Restart
was
the pod.
birthed, and you can go back and listen to episode 2 or 3, or maybe 1, when all this was birthed out of the vagina of our brains. Austin was there. He was there. He grabbed the head, he pulled it out of the sack, and he cut the umbilical cord with us. But then he moved or just got disinterested, as you've learned, and we kept this thing going and we started a podcast. But we were very happy to have him because he's a great man, great guy, sneaker guy, and we're here to talk with Austin tonight.
Proud
Is
to
that
be
better
the guru
introduction?
of the podcast. That's great.
That's a better introduction.
Fantastic.
So some would say he made the smartest decision out of this group.
Maybe.
I probably would have more sneakers now if I had done the whole thing. But
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I think you could have written it off as a business expense at this point. I don't know. Maybe not.
Maybe could have.
I have made some of my most fiscally irresponsible decisions based on this podcast. So yes,
that's fair.
All my decisions have been very good decisions. Every one of them. I make the best decisions on this podcast. Look at me.
Oh, perfect.
How did we get here, Austin? Why
explore that more?
Why did you decide you wanted to come on here? Tell us a little bit about that.
Mason texted me at 8 o'clock tonight.
Wait,
literally an hour and a half ago.
But wait a second. But it was before that. Is that you're at a Memphis Tulsa game?
Okay, yeah. Okay,
you have the sneakers. I was like, Austin, you're still doing the sneaker thing.
So I got a buddy that worked with me when I was at Lipscomb with Landon, and he's now the SID for Memphis men's basketball team, and so they play in TU Tulsa's conference, American Athletic Conference, and so he comes to TU every year for their league game. So he's been to our house before. We've had him over, and so their game was against TU. I think it was the first conference game of the season, right after the holidays. And he was like, "Hey, I got some seats for you guys if you want them." It was like a Tuesday night or something, and we had nothing going on. So we were like, "Yeah, sure, that'd be fun. Like to go just see a basketball game." My kids, we've gone to Thunder games, been to some like ORU basketball games here in town, and so. But we knew they were really good seats when he sent them. We knew they were like, it was row A, so we knew it was going to be like courtside. And so I was like, "Hey, we're doing courtside seats. Everybody's got to rock their J's, wear some heat." And so, we made sure that we looked the part to sit courtside right next to the Penny Hardaway and the Memphis bench. And posted it on Instagram, and here we are.
So how many of you actually had to go and buy their first pair of good shoes for that game? Or you already had them stocked?
Yes.
Well, that's impressive. Okay, good.
We got those tickets the day of the game. We made that decision.
Oh.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah. I keep my kids. I've bought more shoes for Megan and the kids in the last 3 years than I bought for myself, and it's not even close.
That's a good family, man.
Dudes being dads. That's what it's all about, man. That's probably more of what our podcast has turned into, is old guys either complaining about shoes or talking about being dads. So, Austin, you really fit right in.
Yeah, that's fair.
You may be more in the sneaker market than we have been collectively in the last year or so. So, I don't know what that says about us as a sneaker podcast, but I would say that's pretty good for you.
So you actually buy sneakers still?
Yeah.
Regularly.
If you combine what I get for Savannah and Steele and Megan, yes.
Okay. I'll count that. Does your government job or your civilian job allow you to wear not Cole Haans every day, or you're Cole Haan?
No, I actually do wear Cole Haans every day, but we have on just as of the start of 2024 as a new initiative. We are doing jeans days on Fridays. So I am actually on our company-wide engagement team. And my idea I brought to the table was a jeans and sneakers Friday. And that you have to pay for it. And that money goes to a charity that we choose each month. We have branches of our banks in 12 different communities. So it works out that we pick one of our communities, a charity in that community. And for $10 a month, you can wear jeans and sneakers. And we're raising about $1,000 a month doing that. So
they have to pay to have a casual day, is what you're really saying.
That's what
give
we
to a
have.
charity. Correct.
We have the same thing. Yep.
Yeah. Well, okay, that makes sense. Good for you. What have you seen in the bank? Have you seen some dope stuff, or is it
No.
is it just it's just on clouds? That is so disappointing. Does that make you want to throw up?
Honestly, it's not on clouds. It's a lot of middle-aged women in their court legacies thinking that they're rocking heat.
Court legacies.
Okay.
I've seen a few pairs of Dunks, but everybody knows I'm the sneaker guy. So on the Fridays, I'm breaking my stuff out, and people are like, "Oh, what's that? What's that?" So
Which is what? Tell us where you're at right now.
But hold on, we need you to tag Illegal Sneaker Fridays from now on. That's a big must. Yeah,
illegal.
He's not going to
Sneaker
do that. He
Fridays.
didn't even know we had a podcast, Mason. He's not going to.
I know.
That.
I know. Hashtag Illegal Sneaker Fridays, because sneakers are illegal at my company, if you ask some people. And so we're starting that. We're starting a movement. So,
Well,
anyways, go ahead. What are you rocking?
I mean, a lot of times, just because it's hard to get the jeans that I can wear at work that are work appropriate jeans. It's hard to wear good shoes with those jeans. I feel like just from a style perspective, like jeans and hot sneakers are not like a great combo unless the jeans are right. And so a lot of the work appropriate jeans that I wear, it's typically blazers or I mean, it's more conservative stuff, ones or Dunks. Yeah.
What ones and Dunks are you got? What are you rocking?
So I mean, I do wear like Panda Dunks. Like I know that's everybody's least favorite sneaker. I really like Panda Dunks. Both Savannah and I have a pair.
Okay.
Well, I see the TikToks where everybody's like at those sneaker cons and they're like, "What's your least favorite pair?"
None of us even know what freaking TikTok is.
It doesn't bother me.
It's overhyped, but it's a good shoe. It's still a good shoe.
Bother me. It doesn't bother me.
It's the white Air Force One of this generation.
Yeah.
True.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah. The ones black and elephant print ones. And then I have both just the classic Blazer highs and I have the Blazer low jumbo swoosh. Lows are a little bit harder, obviously, with jeans, but yeah, that's my typical go-to. But sometimes I'll break out like nicer stuff that I don't wear as often.
Are you customer facing?
I think technically yes, but really no.
Okay, so they're not Nazis about it.
No, I mean I do work where I have to like
what, Mason? That's what they. What other synonym should I use?
You just gotta throw something in.
I think
I wasn't. Wait. Let's clarify. I wasn't actually talking about hailing Hitler. I was saying, were they really strict? I'm sorry. Let me clarify.
I'm sorry. I think you actually did that, and I had to edit it out on one of our podcasts. So
okay, that's enough.
There were literal neo-Nazis walking through downtown Nashville this weekend.
Oh, there were plants. They're not even real. This all goes back to the government. It's all conspiracy theory. Austin, what do you think?
Oh my
gosh! All right, I'll see y'all.
What's in the solo cup there, Hazer?
God.
Tea. Tea's in the solo cup.
Is that what they're calling lean these days?
No.
Oh. No. So I'm pretty.
He is. Wait. That's obvious that he's never listened to the podcast because this is what you get. You're gonna get.
Yeah, this is pretty normal. Unfortunately.
Have you heard me hate at all on anything?
No, not at all. But Mason was a little bit hating. Little hate.
After 156 episodes, you kind of know how this game goes. So,
yeah. All right. I'm sorry, Austin. You were
no, you're fine. There's probably less than 10 people where I work that even are in a position to tell me that I'm not supposed to wear something. So I'm pretty safe wearing.
Screw them anyway.
Yeah.
Would you say that to their faces right now?
You know what? No, but I could actually get away with wearing sneakers on a Monday if I really wanted to, but I don't want to set an example for others in the bank. That would not, come across the right way. So,
what a guy! You're a company man. Nothing wrong with that.
This is what I was telling somebody, and my wife was like, "Yeah, let's not do that." But I'm pretty staunch believer. So sneakers are like, even on Fridays, even with jeans. I think in December is like the only month we can wear them at our office, technically. And I've told people, look, if I'm going down and somebody calls me to HR wherever I go, if I have sneakers on, I think I've got to take down all the Hokas and all the On Clouds with me, and that's a lot of people a lot higher than me are rocking the Hokas, and so I feel like, what do you guys think? Do I just fall on my own sword, or am I taking the whole ship down? Could be a bad business decision to take the whole ship down, but I think I got to have some dignity.
I think you know my answer.
Tell me,
it's
please.
a house.
If anybody's wearing Hokas, they deserve everything that's coming to them.
Listen, awesome.
Hey, no, true. Just stop the pod. That's all you needed to hear today.
That's all we need.
Grab the very bottom card,
it down.
And you pull it out, and the card and the house comes falling down.
If I see people in the office wearing sneakers that are not Nikes or Jordans, sorry if you guys are still have NMDs or something, but like I'll be like Adidas
2010,
and everybody knows.
Awesome.
Everybody will know I'm the sneaker guy. So if I like look at you and I'm like, I call you out on what you're wearing, that's not good.
Wow, Hayes will do that. He's got some good stories.
Hayes has some more honesty stories. Good job.
We're waiting on Landon, director, new dean of fun or whatever, to start busting out some sneakers.
Dean of fun.
That's what you are, right? I'm waiting on a basketball invite still. Anyways,
Landon, isn't your position though really like dean of no fun? Aren't you the one that's like
No. I'm having all the fun. We having all the fun. That was very in the negotiation discussions that I was very frank with. I will not be in charge of disciplinary actions.
Okay, good.
Nice.
Yeah, I passed that all on to somebody else.
Very nice.
Good for
all
you.
right. Well, we've been blabbering on about who knows what for the last 15 minutes. It's been pretty nice, but let's jump inside the box for a second.
What's inside the box?
That's my shoe in the box.
All right.
Listen, Austin, what do you think so far about our graphics and all that? Or the intro?
I've gotten every reference. So
I love it.
Yeah. And I appreciate you guys throwing an Oklahoma guy up here for me.
Yeah, you see,
makes me feel included.
Some crocheted kicks.
Yep.
Is that what they were? Crocheted? That's what it looks like. That's let me say that right. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander wearing the Converse. Who knows what? I'm not sure. Hayes, I want to get your thoughts on these first.
The Converse?
Yeah. Top left.
I mean, they're Converse, but it's the All-Star game. So you there's really no rules as it relates to the All-Star game. They're knitted. Is that what these are?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's absolutely stupid. It's basically
Those would not be out of place in our web store. I'll say that.
You know what, Landon? You can shut the H up. That's what you can do.
Has SGA not earned a little bit of leeway given his just overall style that he brings? He's one of the stylish guys in the NBA by far.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, because he in pregame he wears a muffin top. Wow, so stylish.
I don't know. His walk-in fits are. He
Yeah,
does a pretty good job.
Dude, I love it when he dress up as an Indian headdress with a muffin top on. That's so sick.
We're talking about Cam Newton.
You're asking my opinion, not film the number one, they're Converse, number two, they're knitted. Unless his grandma knitted those, I'm out on that one.
Dude, I think his grandma died this year.
Mine died 3 days ago, but I would still say the same thing.
Oh my God.
It's not untrue. It's been well
Sorry
documented.
about that, Hayes. I saw that on
Okay.
Facebook. Sorry about that.
It's well documented. It's also true. It hurts because it's
Did
true.
you guys see the advertisement for that Shea was in for Converse? They're bringing back like whatever the Magic Johnson, the weapons. Is that what they are?
Weapons?
Weapons, yeah.
It was so in the original, it was Magic Johnson and Larry Bird back to back, and in the recreation that they did, it's just Shea and Shea back to back. I thought that was a little interesting comparing him to Magic and Bird, just him, one person. I don't know. Maybe that's not what it was
because
for,
Converse doesn't have another athlete.
maybe,
Do they not?
They've got to have one. Probably not as
I'm
good
sure
as
they have
him,
somebody
but
else. I'm sure they have somebody
they
else.
probably have like the equivalent of like Gordon Hayward, somebody on that
So
level.
listen, Austin, what you're saying, and I think you're right, is that Skechers has more signature athletes right now than Converse. That's what you're saying.
That's what he said. Yeah.
Skechers has Julius Randle, and what's the other one?
Embiid is Skechers, right?
Embiid. Yeah.
Or did he? Yeah, I think he moved from Under Armour. And they've got Terrence
Converse
Mann.
has SGA, and that's it.
Wow.
Wow,
That's a tough
sad.
look.
Oh, how the mighty have fallen.
Oh, so I put Jaylen Brown on here. Hayes, you see what shoes he's rocking? He pulled out the Kyries.
Oh, good for him.
I think he's a Kyrie.
Did he cover up? Did he cover up the Nike logo?
No, he pulled out the new Anta Kyrie.
Oh, the Antas. What an idiot.
Yeah. I don't know what Jaylen Brown's on. He's
I love Jaylen
anti-Nike for some reason related to China, it seems like. But I think Anta was on the list of like human rights abusers that Congress let out. So him and Kyrie going to there, a little interesting.
We might have talked about this before. We might have talked about this before, but Jaylen Brown, you need to go watch his complex sneaker shopping because he seems very anti-big. He's not going to sign a deal with another sneaker company, I don't think, because of a lot of different reasons. And I love Jaylen Brown. Like, he's probably one of my top 5 players in the NBA. But Antas, look,
Seems like he's riding wait a second. Kyrie right now.
There's a difference between best and favorite. He's a favorite. I don't think he's the best in the NBA, but he's one of my favorites. But I mean, Antas, come on.
Austin, what do you think about Kyrie? You're a Mavs fan, right? Are you?
Yeah.
Thunder.
Still a
now?
Mavs fan.
Okay.
No. Still a Mavs fan. Yeah. Wish Kyrie was not on my favorite team.
Really?
Yeah, for a lot of reasons. But one of them is that's been just an epic failure of an addition, I think.
Because the Jews? Is that why?
Because of the defense.
Okay. Okay. Just making sure we're on the same page.
Yeah.
Oh well, we got a few other shoes on here. What else stood out to you guys? Anybody? Nobody.
I'll give you my opinion if you want it. These are all crap. This is all crap.
Even the LeBron? You didn't
I
like
the LeBron. I like the idea. I just don't like that shoe. I like the idea. I think it's a cool idea. I don't like that particular shoe.
Do y'all feel like all-star game colorways or like all-star games special shoes meant more 10 years ago than they do now?
Absolutely.
100%.
Yeah, it was a big deal.
Because I watched just about every second of All-Star Weekend, and I could not have cared any less about the shoes this time. And it wasn't like that 10 years ago.
Well, let me ask you this. Could you have really cared anything about the All-Star Weekend? Or were you disappointed?
Tough.
It was, I mean, it was tough overall. I always like seeing how little Luka cares about it.
I love Luka, by the way. Huge Luka guy.
I do like Saturday night, even though the dunk contest sucked this year. I do like Saturday night for the most part.
Did you think Sabrina had a chance at beating Steph Curry?
Yeah, I did.
You're an idiot.
Okay,
it's not gonna happen. And Steph Curry's gonna win.
I mean,
She missed one shot last year.
she,
In
uh,
the three-point. She would have won the 3-point contest this year.
if you look
right.
at hey Hayes, if you look at their racks, their first 3 racks, Sabrina was up. She kind of choked it away the last 2 racks.
Okay, so she choked it away.
Yeah,
Got
she
it.
was on pace. She went 4 out of 5 on each of her first 3 racks.
She was on pace. So
yeah.
So you should give her a participation trophy.
I mean, she probably would have won the 3-point contest against.
The good news is she got $25,000 from her favorite charity. Great job. She wasn't gonna win against those guys.
She shot against the greatest 3-point shooter ever. Nobody was gonna win. She tied every single person who was in the. She tied Damian Lillard.
Yeah, she didn't tie them. She tied them in one round.
They only had 2 rounds.
You know, I'm a hater. You know, I'm a hater.
In the middle of her off season. She's in the middle of her off season.
Here we go, man. Like she's not gonna win against those guys.
I bet you she would beat 80% of the whole NBA in a 3-point competition.
Maybe 80% of the whole NBA, but she's not gonna win. Anyway, we can move.
Whatever. You're ridiculous.
I am ridiculous. I am
I put these on
absolutely
here for Austin. Austin, are you a big threes guy?
I mean, I have a pair of True Blue threes, so I guess.
Look at you.
I was showing Megan the new Craft threes that just dropped, and I didn't like them at first, and the more I see them, the more I like them. So anyway, they're still on Nike's website. You can still get them.
Is that the
retail.
Cream pair, off-white color?
Ivory. I think ivory. Yeah,
ivory. Yeah.
Fun fact: intern Fry Guy has those.
Has the craft ones?
The crafts.
Did anybody try to get the reimagined 4s this weekend? Nobody. Nope. Yeah, me neither. I went actually in store and saw a pair. The leather was really soft. It was pretty nice.
Which one?
It was a resale store, and the new one in the mall, 96 Kicks. It's in Cool Springs. It was a little overpriced, but to say the least. Yeah, shocker. They were really, really nice soft leather on there. I was surprised by the leather. I also heard a guy that I work with. He said he was in mistake number 1. He went to Rivergate Mall, and around 5 p.m. if you haven't claimed your drawing, they'll let the shoes go. So they had like 60 people in the store, no line, just 60 people in the store. My guy Richie he's a size 12. I think they had 112 not picked up, and he got it. He was the first one there. Everybody from a 10 to an 11.5, they had 0 pairs, but the guy didn't tell him because nobody asked. Nobody asked it like what sizes they had, and so apparently they threw an employee over like the cash register table, and there was a fight. A fight was going on, and the dude I work with had his son there, who's like just started walking. And he was like, he grabbed the shoes and he was like, they ran to the car. Shoes in one hand, kid in the other, and just booking it to the car. He said it was like, he grew up in Miami. So he was like, it was like camping for shoes in Miami, like when you would have to be 10 deep going through the parking lot or you're going to get robbed. That's what he felt like. I was like, wow, Rivergate Mall that explains a lot, right?
Yeah.
But
you don't
pretty
go
crazy.
North, you never go to North Nashville. Can I tell a quick story that reminds me of that, though?
I would love
Appreciate that. I'm
Okay.
from North Nashville. Appreciate that.
Shut up. Anyway, it was probably close to 2020, and we had a snow, and it was, we don't get a lot of snow in Middle Tennessee, so when we do, it's a big deal. It was one of those. It was like 3 or 4 inches, and we're sitting out here in this very room that I'm sitting in with my kids, who are a lot younger. My oldest 3 say, "Hey, Dad, how much will you pay us to run naked from my back door, if you've been to my house, all the way to the fence that's at the very, very back? I have 5 acres, right? It's the back of the yard and back." And I said, "Yeah, man, I'll give you all the money in my wallet." And they said, "Okay, we'll do it." And so they got down their underwear and they ran in the 4 inches of snow all the way down, all the way back. And they're like so excited. Give us the money. Give us the money. I had like $5.67 in my wallet. They didn't ask. So note to self, if you're waiting for shoes or you're wanting to run out naked in some snow and somebody says, I'll give you all the money in my wallet, make sure they have the right size pair of shoes and then make sure they have more than $6 in their wallet.
That's fair. I'm astounded. You keep change in your wallet?
Yeah, at that point, I mean, I was estimating.
That's absolutely
I was
ridiculous.
I'm estimating. Mason, shut up and stop being so literal.
All right,
maybe I did have change and maybe I didn't. Maybe it was $4.
I'm still looking for how those two stories are connected at all.
It's totally connected. They didn't ask, is my size going to be available? I'll wait. And then they got mad when there wasn't. Well, all they had to do was ask how many do you have my size? That's what I'm trying to say. Right?
Okay, fair.
Come on,
yeah,
Austin.
It's a stretch.
Okay. Gotcha. Thank you for the explanation.
He's never listened to this podcast.
All right. These next shoes, they have a name, but I think most of our listeners would call them the Hayes All-in-Ones. So let's take a look.
Whoa. That is way too. I knew where you were going with this, and I'm like, that is absolutely false. There's no way I'm buying this shoe. There's no way I'm voting for this person.
Have you got the tracking yet on them?
It's absolutely false.
So you were the guy that bid $9,000 for the signed pair. It's you.
Hell no. No.
I think he was messaging Benjamin Kicks to ask him if he could sniff his hand after the handshake.
No, right, I was actually saying, Instagram. Was that? I thought that was pretty interesting.
I don't really follow that guy, so I don't. You'd have to share more, but maybe
he's a sneaker influencer. I think at this point, reseller.
Did he get in trouble?
He's sold out, man. He's played out.
I don't disagree, but I saw him in the picture and I was like, wow, okay.
So the guy that bought the $9,000 pair signed, he's a Russian high-end watch dealer, broker, YouTuber.
I'm sure that didn't start any conspiracies.
Yeah.
He's Russian?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude, he's going to get impeached. Anytime Russia comes up, impeachment. Hey, Austin, did you know we have some Russians that listen to the show?
Apparently we do, yeah.
I'm surprised this shoe isn't a sponsor of the pod.
My gosh.
Hey, this wasn't the only pair that was released. Did y'all see the other pairs?
No.
I saw a white pair. I don't know if it was just photoshopped or if they actually released. Like, I saw 3 different shoes. The white pair is not the worst shoe I've ever seen. I'll just say that.
Oh boy.
Show it, Mason. Look for bad radio.
I'm looking for it. I'll see it if I can find it.
Let's be clear. Let me be very, very clear. Not only is this shoe stupid, this idea of this person having a shoe is stupid. And you want to talk about cultural appropriation? Like, let me go be cool with kids. I'm going to make a sneaker that looks like an Air Force One or a Dunk. That's the stupidest beep I've heard. This is ridiculous. This shoe sucks. Don't buy this shoe. You will be made fun of as much as you would be wearing Hokas or On Clouds if you walked up in this shoe. It's ridiculous.
I'm not seeing any more.
And how dare you say you should sponsor this show, this sneaker? I love that so much. Anyway, we'll move on.
Man,
could have been a Photoshop, Mace. Don't work too hard.
Might have been a Photoshop. So
no, show the screen. Really? What was it on? Was it Instagram?
I'm not finding it.
I saw it on Twitter. X.
I'm a Twitter. I think I'm Twitter. Austin, you're a tweeter?
I mean, I don't tweet a lot from my personal.
I don't. Oh, you have a burner account?
Oh, yeah, I mean, yeah, but I don't tweet from that either.
Oh. You just stalk people?
Dude, these are incredible. These are
Oh
so
my
good.
gosh! Shut up. Does anybody have a positive review of this gold shoe? You know,
I mean,
what
the
I will
sole-
say.
Okay,
Go ahead, Lynn.
that's fine. You continue to steamroll me. That's fine.
Nope, go ahead.
It's just like a trumper. That's fine.
Oh my gosh! I'm not gonna cuss. Keep going.
They look like golden gooses.
Okay.
It's not. Yeah, I mean that's not terribly wrong. What would your? We'll play a little game. What's your best name for this shoe? If you create the name,
They're
one
the
of my
January
favorites that I saw.
6s.
That's
45s.
my favorite
J6s.
one.
45s.
January 6s.
January 6th.
That's definitely the best one that I saw.
Yeah, there's no
Absolutely.
other second one. There's not a second. That's great. I'm looking for the shoe that you're talking about, Austin.
Are these
Yeah.
reselling? Are these on StockX? I deleted
Who
StockX.
knows?
I
This is
can't
the
check.
dumb- like,
We'll check real quick before we move on.
there is no other reason that he would create a shoe other than to try to be relevant to young people. And that
I'm not
bothers me
seeing
about
anything
all
under Trump.
politicians.
StockX
That whole
blacklisted them.
concept bothers
Check
me about
eBay.
all. So basically, they blacklisted him like Apple did Kanye. Is that right, Landon?
Nah, Kanye's up. He's alive. #1. Don't worry about it.
Man, I'm really worried about Kanye after those videos, man. That dude, he needs some help. He did not look
Dude.
good.
Charted Billboard #1. First week.
With
Already
no
about to
features.
release second volume.
If I find those again, I'll send them
Yeah,
to you guys.
keep looking, Austin. I'd like to
They
Was
see.
it
kind of had
these?
a
Hold on. Let me.
they were like
Sure.
white with like yes, yeah,
Oh wow.
Oh my gosh, that can't be real.
yeah.
That looks
Yeah.
like they created those shoes off of Printify.
Oh my gosh. Look at that. These can't be like
19,000. Who's buying this crap?
there's only what? How many did they have? 1,000, right?
Yes.
I have no idea.
Like who $450,000? You are absolutely an
Oh,
idiot.
is this
my
the
goodness.
first president to release their own signature shoe though? Like this is history.
Absolutely.
It's history.
Wow.
I mean, you got to give. That's the facts though. This is like history.
If I was going to buy a president shoe,
Oh, this is a good conversation.
I'd buy Herbert Hoover's. You know,
I'm getting some Calvin Coolidge 4s for sure.
Eisenhower, the inventor of the interstate system, like I'd rock his straight.
He'd
my
definitely have
grave.
Heelys. He'd have his own Heely.
Yeah, he would. Yeah, he would.
Dude,
I bet Bill
the Truman
Clinton would have a
A-bombs.
signature shoe.
So stupid. Truman A-bombs.
I watched Oppenheimer last night, so it's top of the dome.
Oh. But seriously,
All right,
these
let's
look
keep
like
on.
a shoe
Nope.
that you would have seen Rocky wearing. That's what I was trying to come up with. That looks like the Rocky ones, right? If we were legitimately going to call it, I love the J6. That's
I think-
hilarious.
I think it's more Apollo Creed.
It looks like Apollo Creed.
It'd be Apollo Creed.
But Austin, Apollo Creed was black. He'd never wear the Trump shoes. Actually, in the time that was filmed, he would have worn the Trump shoes for sure. Because everybody was on Trump's butt. Come on. That's when he wasn't a racist.
I'm sure he was in that movie.
He probably was. He was in Home Alone.
Probably was.
Home Alone 2. Go ahead.
All right, next up. What is going on with this pair of shoes right here?
Let's go.
I
This
can't
reminds me of
figure it
those,
out.
the
Break it down.
New
for
Balance
Lynn.
Mules. The New Balance Mules. You remember those? The slip-on. They're gray. You remember those? No.
Is that
Yeah,
an
these are
old
incredible.
or a new
No.
shoe?
It's like in 2000s, early 2000s.
Sorry, if you're on the podcast and not on YouTube, well, one, go get on YouTube. Number two, we're looking at the Air Jordan 1. It's like almost a UNC colorway. I guess
Clog?
it is.
Are these are golf shoes? They're like
They're golf.
That's what I'm confused about.
Well,
Who
because
plays
they've
golf
had
in-
them. They've had them already. That the non-golf variety. So this is the golf one. Variety's new.
Okay.
I'm all about them.
Yeah, it's a golf.
Shut up,
clog.
Landon.
You can't
Dude.
play golf in this though, right? I mean,
These are like after you get off the course, you throw these on, like warming up, putting on the green. Wear these.
it's like the glove. Like you use the glove for your drive, and then as you're walking down the fairway, you slip these on to go putt. Like
No, this
mid
is like
round.
you're like
You
you pre-game in these. Like you at the
Mm.
range, throw these on,
Mm.
loosen up. I love them. These are great.
That's
This is the most
absolute bullcrap.
PGA
This is
Tour
horrible.
thing
This is absolutely
Never
horrible,
seen.
and it's disrespectful that they colored these after UNC. That's another problem I have with them. But they don't even have eyelets, right? I mean,
Yeah, no, this is the worst. This is one of the worst shoes I've ever seen.
this is one of
I
the
would
worst.
I would appreciate a golfer wearing mids before these.
Amen. Amen.
This is
Austin, do you own any Crocs?
No,
Okay.
the kids have asked about Crocs several times, and Megan and I are united in our answer of we are not a Crocs family.
Man, I love that so
Oh,
much.
wow.
Austin, you should be
Wow.
on here
Respect
more
that.
often.
Yeah,
You
We
should.
Perfect.
we
That's beautiful.
refuse to buy our kids anything but Nikes or Jordans.
Wow.
That goes for
Wow.
anything.
But what about
And
the
you-
sweatshops?
Okay. The
Okay.
Savannah
what about-
actually. We
What about
actually
child
did-
labor?
You know what? I don't have a comment on that. But
Smart.
Savannah
Deflect.
does horseback riding lessons, and we had to buy her horseback riding boots and special boots to ride horses in. And Nike does not make those, so we could not buy Nike versions of that, unfortunately.
Wow, Austin,
Probably
I
had
didn't
to
know
get
you
like
were
a
this-
Solomon or something.
Yo,
I don't
Mason,
know what we got.
look up
I
Mason,
don't
look
know.
the New Bounce Mule. Look up the New Bounce Mule. I can't believe y'all haven't heard about this before.
Austin, you are
It's-
as much
it's
of
still
a
not-
purist as Mason has never owned a pair that wasn't a Nike or a Jordan. And for episodes after episode, for 3 years
like,
now, he's been
It's
saying,
like apparently it's about as long as you with merch. So in 3
"Shit,
years,
eat
come
crap,
back to
eat
me and
crap
then I'll have a
die.
pair of
You
non-Nike.
eat crap. Hey, what if your first foray out of Nike Jordan was the Still Drippin' shoe? That'd be pretty epic. Show him the shoe.
don't
Hey,
have that one up.
after you pull up the mule, show him the shoe.
All right, let me get to looking.
Who does? Was that you designing that, Hazer?
You don't know that yet. We'll see.
I'll know when I see it, probably.
One, here's the is this what you're talking about, Landon?
Yeah,
Oh my gosh, Landon.
This
You are
They just
correct.
reckon-
This is horrible.
they just retroed these recently. Like I said, this is like early 2000s clock. I might have had a pair of these.
What is this guy
Are you serious?
Yeah, man.
Jorts.
They were all.
You
all
did not
crazy.
have a. This is
Jorts,
not Jorts.
mid-length
That's
socks.
Capris.
It wasn't
No,
this
bro,
color.
those are
It
Capris
Jorts.
and
was-
Walmart socks, bro.
They're just
What
big
are you
jorts,
doing?
This is the wrong colorway. Go to the classic gray.
No, there are no colorways that are good of this. Don't do it. Just pull up our sneaker and let Austin make his decision. Austin, were you going to wear the Jordan golf shoe? Were you going to wear that mule, or were you going to wear this shoe? Hey, mind yourself. Oh, wait a second.
Still got a
Context.
front end.
So there's very few options we have. Okay, so just there's very few design options. We don't have a lot of wiggle room, but it is a possibility that we could have a sneaker. Okay.
Okay.
So file that away.
Sure.
Don't judge. Don't judge.
And there was sweatshops with availability to make this happen.
Lots of them. They're all in Thailand and China.
Hayes,
Yep.
what is
Listen,
the
we pay
title
those
of this
little
shoe?
kids really well.
I don't condone what was just said on this podcast. Just
I don't know.
Thank
Just search shoe.
I did that, and they're not in here.
Oh my gosh. Keep going to pay. Oh, dude, I've created so much stuff. Like, look, I'm
The
watching.
tension
you.
is building. It's palpable.
Yeah,
Oh, it's pulsating. Go to like page 10.
There are 10 pages worth of merch.
Oh,
There's
bruh. No, there's like
19
20
pages of merch.
Whoa. Don't get overwhelmed, folk. That's I put all the good and bad ideas in here. And so that it's not like all the stuff is live.
What's
Oh,
your
Austin,
listenership
you might-
here, Hayes?
You
On
might
the
like
spot?
this
What's
one,
your
Austin.
like average weekly listenership?
Mason knows all that. He's smarter than me.
It's about 40.
Okay.
40-ish. I think we're pretty consistent on 40. Austin, you might like this one though. This is a preview. Our Urban Meyer t-shirt. I used to go on a lot of
yeah.
Urban Meyer rants, so
Yeah.
I did that one for
Probably
for the
felt
fans.
good to see him lose a bunch for you, huh?
He's just a bad person, so yeah,
Okay.
it felt great.
But you love
This
him,
one, this one's
right?
for you. This one's for you. The donk.
That's tough. That's a tough subject. Yeah.
Well, let's talk about it. I love tough subjects.
I mean, always will appreciate what Urban Meyer did for Florida.
Okay. I found
Tough
it.
to be a fan now. Y'all know I have a
Put sneakers. Type in
Y'all-
sneakers.
Same about
Do y'all
Hernandez.
know I have a Luka, the Mavs, whatever they call that jersey, the throwback from last year with the
City?
white with the city edition. Yeah, Mavs Luka. Yeah, baller jersey.
I love Luca. No,
You
crap.
should
Like,
get
I'm
that
a
rap
big
tee.
Luka.
When we drop the donk rap tee, it's just pictures of his backside. I mean,
Austin, are you into cards at all? Do you collect cards?
Like Pokemon
Sports cards? No,
Oh,
not
no.
Pokemon.
Hey, watch
Well,
your
that's
mouth, Hayes.
All right, go ahead. Look at this. This is the
here's
still
your shirt.
dripping.
Yeah. What is the design? It's kind of small on my screen. What's that design?
That's called the
I don't know if I
Baroque
can blow it up.
flowers. Baroque period.
I am very aware of the Baroque period. Big
I
fan
know
of the
you are.
artists of the Baroque
Yeah,
period. Yep.
me too. That's why I thought this would be cool as a shoe.
Are you a Bernini guy?
A little bit. Yeah. Okay. Yep. And so when I was designing the shoe, which again, there's only one element that you can even design. And
What do you
that's
think
the
about
part.
the fun? What do you think about the Funfetti midsole?
Hey, listen,
That's a
mind you,
choice.
whoa, Austin, mind you, you don't have any choice. There's two choices. There's the Funfetti or there's all black. So I don't, again, design elements aside, when you look at that, are you like, man, I'd buy that before I would the Mule or that other Jordan?
I mean, yeah, that I would buy this before those two shoes. Correct.
Wow.
So if those are my three options, yes.
Well,
The
let me
two
tell you what.
worst shoes you can find.
I can get them for you at cost. It's like $28 maybe.
Okay.
Now, granted, a
I think
little
you
child
just
in
ruined
China
the sales of
probably-
our shoes.
It does not have a Nike swoosh or a Jumpman, so that is
Correct.
tough.
Ooh, well,
Breaking the
and
seal.
What if it could have your face on it?
Y'all, you know what y'all should do is y'all should just Nike idea shoe that's like a still dripping colorway, you know, and then
We're not doing that.
you don't make any money off of it, probably. But
Oh, we'd make money because we make money.
Okay.
We don't spend any
truly
money,
don't.
so we make
truly
money.
don't make any money on this podcast.
Yeah,
But that's beside the point. Yeah, that's right. All right. I don't know what we're doing here, but we're just gonna.
this is great. This is
We're
so
already
great.
at like an hour. Austin, tell us whenever you need to leave. But here's the
good,
new
man.
Dame Lillard. Austin, thoughts on the new Damian Lillard? We know you're not going to buy
Yeah.
him. Do you like him?
yeah, obviously not. They're okay. I'm getting some like, what was the Kobe that looked like this?
Yeah,
The
the
one.
toaster.
The one. Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
looks a little bit like that.
No. It looks like one of the other ones, more so than the toaster. Maybe I'm wrong.
That's what I'm
No,
thinking. Of.
Adidas is just lost without Kanye. They are throwing spaghetti at the wall. They have been for the past 2 years. They don't know what they're doing. What? Argue that.
All right.
Argue that. Their sales
don't
are in
think
the dumps.
You're a yay apologist, and just be honest
No,
about it.
it's
That's
just
fair.
Yes,
fact.
you
Yeah.
are. It's
just
not
fact.
wrong. I'm not upset
Okay,
with you.
well,
I'm just saying
look.
you are a yay apologist.
What
This
is
is
one
definitely-
good shoe that they've put out since they dropped Kanye?
Oh well,
One
let
good
me
shoe.
let me
Fear
show
of God,
you.
the
Let
Fear
me
of
show
God
you.
basketball
Yep,
one.
Garbage.
right there.
Yep.
Look, This is the dopest thing Adidas has done in maybe like 4 years. Maybe
outside of
since
Kanye. Well, outside of Kanye.
Putting fear of God on a flagship school that they have, that's dope.
Did you see what Indiana's coach said about it?
No, I didn't.
Hated it. Said they're never doing it again.
What? Did they lose or something? This is crazy.
Did they lose? What did he say?
Hated the uniforms. I would need to go back and see it.
Oh, this uniform is trash. The school is dope. This uniform is absolutely horrible. This is the most simplistic. This uniform.
But that's what fear of God is. It's essentials. It's plain.
They screwed up the jersey. This jersey is horrible. The shoe is great, but the jersey is what a waste.
That looks like a Shaq shoe. Are you kidding me? If this was not fear of God, you would not be drooling over this. Shoe. It is literally just the brand. That's all that you like. That shoe is so bad.
I'm not an Adidas person. It's not like I'm a brand guy. I'm not a fear of God. I'm not a. That's crazy. This is a good shoe.
The sole looks like a Yeezy sole, and because
like
I like Yeezy shoes,
it looks like a kid.
I can imagine that's a really, really comfortable.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Landon, you like Solomons. You can't.
Yeah, Landon,
I don't trust your opinion on this. That's not fair.
Now, Austin is an outside party, almost. What do you think?
I don't see a swoosh or a jump man.
Boom, roasted.
Okay,
let's go.
So he's on the Mason train, but they also, I think we've talked about this shoe before. They took the question, the Iverson 1 toe box thing, and they made that a thing on the shoe. It seems, but man, I can't get past the uniforms. I had not seen that. This is awful, especially when oh man, I can't believe they choked this bad on the uniforms. Why didn't they make it red?
Like a practice jersey. I'll say that.
Yeah, this is horrible. It looks like he's going to run a marathon or the pennies that you wear in practice to do. Okay, this is team A and this is team B. Let's put on a penny. Like that's what that looks like.
Yeah, Coach Mike Woodson, after the game, we won't wear that uniform the rest of the season, is a direct quote.
Good for him. Because this is trash. Lorenzo, this is garbage.
The whole fit is garbage.
What was the other? Austin, do you know what the other team was?
I can't remember, but there was a second school.
Cincinnati?
A second school did this?
Is Cincinnati Adidas?
I think so.
I'm on it too.
I thought they were Under Armour, but that may be old.
I know they're men's. I don't see any others at the moment. I'll keep looking. Anyways, let's see what else we got here. That might be it. Hayes, you sent in some Saucony Bodega collab?
Oh, it's Miami.
Miami? I remember seeing them because I think they wore them against Carolina. And the Miami ones weren't as bad as this. Let me see. I'm sorry. Keep going, Mason.
No, I'm looking them up. Sorry, bad podcast.
Oh no, it says just as bad. It's hard.
I don't know if they've worn them.
It's the exact same. It's just Miami colors.
Exactly the same.
Right?
Oh man, this is a bad look. Oh, what on earth, Jerry? I don't even know what to say.
Was there rumors that?
Bad. Go ahead.
There, can you hear me?
Nope, you froze up.
Uh-oh. Rip.
Can you hear me?
That's tough.
I can hear you guys.
I'm back.
Okay. Oh, you're back. You're back.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Can you hear me now?
You're up. Yep.
All right. Well, Hayes, you sent some Saucony Bodega in. Did you want to talk about those, or can we just pass those?
We can pass. We can keep going on to something else.
Okay.
It was more like, okay, there's a collab coming up. Kind of looks like the Pata. We won't spend a lot of time on it. That's all.
It's not bad for a Saucony.
I would never buy them.
That's the worst model of Saucony that exists.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, they could have done it. Like I love the color palette, but they could have used a much better model than that.
I thought you would like the textures as well. It looks like a lot of different stuff.
Oh, big texture, guys. Love the socks. That model not hitting
the wool.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I don't love it.
Those socks would go great with a pair of Solomons, wouldn't they, Landon?
They would. They would.
Like the carpet.
Sorry, Landon. I didn't have anything for the Solomon Skinny this week. But,
hey, it's all right. They've been pretty quiet. They're resting on their laurels after just an incredible year of collaborations. So, it's fine. I had to give somebody else their flowers. That's fine. Dude, Austin, Mike Williams, gone. But $20 million salary cap. Are you still a Chargers fan? No.
Titans, 100% Titans. I liked the Chargers when LT was. I liked LT when LT was on the Chargers.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's breaking news. I just saw
Mike Williams would be a good addition for the Tennessee Titans.
Woo! Yes.
I guess I should have. Austin, did you win our league this year?
I did.
No.
By the way, Hayes, when you see Tim at work, tell him he still owes for his because that was like $17 for me.
$17?
Yeah. I'll take that. I'll still waiting on it. Tell him I'm still waiting on it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll tell him.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that after the pod. Last thing I had, non-sneakers related. Anybody got anything else that we want to talk about? Got one for Austin after this.
I'm good. I think I've
Austin, you and your family are big Texas people. Not in terms of the school, but I saw this and it looked to me like Daniel King probably came up with half of these team names. But this is the 20 most unusual high school mascots in Texas.
It's so great.
And let me pull it up here. And Hayes, what's your favorite then?
I don't know. I like the Gobblers just because it's so weird. Like so many of these are so weird. The Robstown Cotton Pickers, that's like the most racist undertone name ever. Like these are so bad.
Do you like the Skeeters?
Hereford white faces? No, I was drawn to like the ones
white
that
faces.
Like, what the hell?
Oh my! I didn't even see.
Look.
What's that mean?
I mean, there's Indians. Why can't there be white man? Like, there's Redskins. It's the same thing, right? It's no different. I mean,
I wasn't very fond of the Mason Punchers. That doesn't seem very nice.
What does that mean? The Polly Parrots?
The Pied
so
Piper.
many are just horrible.
What's a stingery? Stingeries. Austin, you got some explaining to do. What's up with Texas, man?
Man, I only lived there for like 7 years, so I don't know. But I'm familiar with some of these schools.
Really?
Yeah. Winters,
particularly the Cotton Pickers and the White Faces.
Never heard of either of those schools, Robstown or Hereford. Obviously, New Braunfels is just outside of San Antonio. The Wampus Cats, I've heard them before. Hutto, I think they're Hutto may be a Metroplex school, but anyway.
No, Hutto's close to Austin.
Oh, Austin. Okay.
Ironically,
what's our best rivalries in this besides the Cotton Pickers and the White Faces?
Oh, I don't know.
So the Skeeters and the Gobblers. This is supposed to be a family-friendly podcast, but sorry about that. The Crabs and the Skeeters. I don't know what a Wampus Cat is. I'm scared to Google that.
Put it on your work computer.
I'm on my work computer. Yeah, if I get fired, it's definitely from this. What's a Catholic button? Anybody Catholic? We're not. None of us are Catholic, but a Catholic button. I'm not sure what that means.
Oh, did y'all see the post-game fight? Was it Incarnate Word? Speaking of
Incarnate Word and Commerce.
Incarnate Word.
It's like saying Commerce.
I saw that.
Wild.
That was wild.
Been to both those schools. Been to both of those gyms. Both Incarnate Word and Commerce. Both Texas schools.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
They're an AC's conference. Or were. AC's
Hayes, you all right up there?
Yep, I'm good.
Man, I didn't feel like y'all asked me anything about like actual sneakers. Y'all want to talk about like actual sneakers?
Yeah.
Like the fact that my 7-year-old kid was like the first person in all Tulsa to have the new Spider-Man ones, and wore them to the movie on the in the first weekend the movie was out, because I got the shock drop. I hit the shock drop, not for myself, but for Steele. He wears them to the theater. People are like flipping out that he has them on. And it was like, you saw the light bulb go off of like, I have sick kicks that nobody else has right now.
Ooh,
and it was
cool.
an all-time moment
That's
for me
awesome.
as a dad. Yeah, it was big time. Because everybody was like, those are the shoes from the movie that we just are walking out of the theater for. It was sick.
Wow. What a dad move.
I know.
Shout out.
I know.
We'd love to hear your stories. We're at an hour.
No.
But let's give some free overtime, free podcast right here.
You know, I will tell you, I've done more work on Megan's shoe game than anybody. She's really, really starting to, and she is starting to figure out like kind of the cadence of wearing good shoes. You know, you obviously just can't break them out every weekend, right? Like you got to kind of just stock them away for a bit, and then you pull them out, and everybody's like, "Oh man!" Like the kids will be like, "Are those new shoes?" You know, you got to kind of have that cadence of when you pull them out, people ask you, "Are those new?" You know, she's got some Safari Dunks that I spent too much on that are just so sick. The ones, big texture guy, Landon, a lot of different textures on there.
And
you know what I'm talking about?
Those. I got them for her for Christmas last year.
Cool. Yeah. So, you know, she's got some Jordans. Megan is really wanting the Seafoam ones, and that's just going to be a big purchase. And so I want to make sure I get that one right from a timing perspective.
Dude, those are like a couple racks.
You know, they've really fluctuated on StockX. I kind of keep an eye on them.
Yeah.
But
wow.
Seafoam ones.
Which let me pull up something here. What?
Yeah, those right there.
Safari Dunks are you talking about? Is it these right here?
Top
that
left.
One, that top left.
Yeah.
Those ones on the left were a lot more expensive about 2 years ago when I bought them.
I was about to say, yeah, I spent much more than that on those. That hurts.
Yeah, these Seafoam ones, they're a good look.
It's like the Mason, it's like the Turbo Greens, except a little bit lighter.
Yeah, they're lighter.
Yep.
Yeah. With the red outline on the laces.
Reddish outline on the laces. Else.
And then the Seafoam ones, and then she's been a big fan of the Griffey colorway, and so you know, of course, she wants the Griffey Air Maxes. Those are, you know, those would be another big one. But anyway,
well, that is noble that you are working on your family, and
for sure
getting them fresh. Proud of you.
Savannah just got some Air Max 90s that are pretty sick, kind of teal looking.
Huge 90 fan here. So
yeah,
all the love there.
Did any of y'all try to get the Beffy Beauty Supply ones?
No.
The one with the Union LA Beffy Beauty Supply ones with the big stitch on the side. You know the Come on, y'all know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about, but I didn't go for them.
You didn't go for them? I missed on those, and I still go back and I'm like, man, I think I just need to get them. I'm just probably going to get them. Those and the Chicago Splits Dunks. Those are the two lately that I've been like, I'll just search on StockX all the time.
Man, Austin, it's really weird that we have a sneaker podcast and none of us buy sneakers right this minute in time.
I know. I feel like we have to extend an invitation weekly to you. Just whenever you want to get on, we'll just start sending you the link.
If you're especially if you're buying, like none of us are buying.
You know, I don't have like a ton of disposable income or anything, but yeah, try to find good deals, and
good for you.
You know,
amen.
Yeah, hey, I agreed. I'm not hating at all, but I've sold a lot more than I've bought in the last post COVID.
Okay. Well, next time you sell, just let me know. Let me see.
Hayes bought a lot during COVID, though.
Oh, I went banana ape crap during COVID, and then slowed down a lot because I realized I overextended myself. And so it was best for everything in my life, especially my marriage, to not buy any more shoes for a while.
Okay.
And that's
it was fun.
Where I'm at.
Basketball card.
Oh, basketball cards. Okay.
Garrison Matthews cards, Brandon Miller cards.
I do have a Garrison Matthews story. It may need to wait till after the podcast, but
why?
Okay.
we can just say it here. So
yeah, go ahead.
I won 4 lower bowl tickets to a Thunder game of my choice when I was at the 2022 PGA Championship. Actually, I say I won it. Savannah won it. And so we got to pick the Thunder game of our choice. That was at the PGA Championship in 22. So it was the 22-23 NBA season. So we last year were like, you know what? We're going to see the Rockets come to town. And because we want to see Garrison play.
They're really good.
And we knew with it being like such a bad opponent that they would be like, sure, you can have that game, whatever, give us the best seats and stuff. And so sure enough, we were 5 or 6 rows from the court. And I was texting Garrison all week, hey, I'm going to come. And he was like, yeah, hit me up. I'll come see y'all pregame. And I was like, hey, great. And anyway, so, I mean, we built this trip around getting to see Garrison play. And so I texted him probably the morning of the game, crickets, nothing. And I'm like, man, that's weird. Cause he was super, I mean, he and I have texted, handful of times a year since I left Lipscomb. And since he's been in the NBA, I'll be shout out when he has a good game or whatever. Even when he was doing it in the G League, I was following him and stuff and would text him. And so, anyway, yeah, he didn't text me at all back the day of the game. And I was like, man, you know what? It's game day. I probably shouldn't have tried to message him on a game day, whatever. So anyway, we get there early in a shoot around, and he's not even on the court for shoot around. I'm like,
oh, that's when he got traded.
February.
What the heck?
That's when he got traded.
So then he comes out last minute. He's in warm-ups. But anyway, so yeah, the next day he was traded to the Hawks.
Yep.
And so he must have known about it. He didn't play that night. And so we didn't even get to see him play. We didn't get to see him. It was fun. It was a great, the Thunder set the all-time points in a game record that night for the franchise. So it was a really fun game. But it did kind of suck. We didn't get to see him play. And he ended up, he texted me back after and was like, hey, I'm sorry. This is what happened. It was fine, but would have been nice to see him play.
That's wild.
Austin,
that's a wild story.
I have a story that would be a cousin to that about Vince Carter that I'll tell you sometime about, and it's related to COVID.
It's kind of
it's kind of a legend at this point on the podcast.
Getting shoes and running naked in your underwear are related, somewhere along those lines.
He said it was a cousin, probably Hayes' cousins, probably real distant,
Yeah.
Oh, my cousins. Yeah, right.
I guess let's give Austin the true guest experience and hit him with a little bit of rapid fire. So, Austin, then we'll give you time to ask questions. Okay. Talk about your views. Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah,
you're good. Check. Okay. Give us your views on fakes.
Oh.
You know what? If they're good fakes, fine.
Oh.
Wow.
Not everybody has. Look, listen. Off-white ones, no one has $5,000 to spend on off-white ones. So if you can get
then don't get them
for 200,
and don't get them.
Oh, unpopular opinion. Sorry.
It's a hot take. Good job. Yeah, I respect you for bringing your honest opinion.
I agree.
I want people to have the real thing, but I also know that shoes.
It's probably not going to happen.
I will never attain a pair of Travis Scotts or a pair of Off-Whites. It's just not going to happen for me. And there are times where I'm like, man, it'd feel really cool to rock some Travis Scott ones. That'd be dope. And if I can get, if I know that I'm getting a really good pair, I will 100% spend $150, $200. And I won't think twice about it. And if somebody else can tell me they're fake, fine. I don't care.
It's a fair argument.
Yeah, I'm not trying to resell them. I'm not trying to
He's just trying to rock them.
Right.
I get it. I'm not hating. I'm not a fake guy, but that makes sense. All right, keep going.
Oh, let's see. Hayes, you feel free to throw some out too.
We already talked about Crocs.
Right.
On Clouds is a regular Hoka. Any shoe that you get off of Amazon, what do you think about that?
I didn't even know Amazon sold shoes.
Okay, good. That's good.
Never
That's
even
great.
searched for shoes on Amazon before.
What about shoes that have fur on it?
Well, I mean, Megan Safari Dunks have a little bit of fur on it.
Okay, but what do you think about it? Would you wear shoes that have fur?
Yeah, I think the furriest I would get is suede.
Yeah, okay, so you're a no. That's a no.
Yeah, probably
no.
Okay, got it. That makes sense.
Oh, man, it's been a while since we've had a guest on the pod, and I'm struggling for my rapid fire questions.
Crocs, on
Solomon's, the history of one of the most historic brands in sneaker history.
I'd love to get a lesson on Solomon's at some point because I guess I just don't appreciate them enough.
Oh, I appreciate it. Ooh, that's a good answer. It's a political answer.
Oh my gosh.
You know, I do run PR for a bank that has 1.8 billion in assets. So
yeah.
Oh man, that's the humble brag. I love it. That's right.
At some point I gotta be able to dude. I write emails for my CEO sometimes to send out to team members. Actually, I write every single email he sends out to our team members because he couldn't write an email to save his life.
You don't have to be honest, but we would like.
Let's hope he doesn't listen.
Do you ever use Chat GPT for those emails?
So here's what I use Chat GPT for. I'll be 100% honest with you. So I will write something in Chat GPT that I feel like I would love it to see what it sounds like, like a different way. So like, for example, I'm in the middle of working on our big annual report that we do every year. So that's like one of my main responsibilities throughout the course of the year. And so I'm writing a lot about a lot of very like high level banky stuff. Just, you know, I want to make sure that like those are going to prospects, especially high net worth individuals. And I want to make sure it sounds formal because we're a freaking bank. And so there are times where I'm like, you know what, this is really well written and it's just not formal enough. So I'll put it into Chat GPT, like what I've written, I'll put it into Chat GPT. I'll hit enter. I'll see what it spits back out at me. And I'll get some ideas then for some thoughts that I can work into what I've written to like make that more formal. So I never put in a prompt necessarily to Chat GPT and just ask it to spit out like stuff it comes up with. It's always taking what stuff I've done and then altering it to maybe fit something else. That makes sense.
So in the same way that you buy a fake pair of sneakers, you'd write a fake email or a fake report to your stockholders.
Yeah, no, I would not do that. I would take a synonym that ChatGPT throws at me and potentially use it though. Yeah.
If you knew all the stuff that I typed into ChatGPT, you'd throw up. It's the stupidest.
Yeah.
You can imagine. Just use your brain. Use your imagination.
Who is the all right? Hall of Fame basketball players are in this pool, so that you have to choose one. Current day, you can't pick a dead Hall of Famer. Do you think you could challenge any Hall of Famer? Like, you think you could beat one of them? Sorry, that was a terrible way to ask that question, but present day. So if you're playing Julius Erving, you're playing 70-year-old Julius Erving. Do you think you could beat one of those Hall of Famers?
I could. There's probably several of them. Yes,
probably several. If they're not in a wheelchair, do you still think you could beat them?
What is like? I think like Jordan still would get me, right? He's 61, right? I think, or 62.
That's wild. Yeah,
but Jordan would still get me. But then there are guys.
Yeah.
There are guys,
of course.
You roboted out, Mason. You're a robot. You
what
roboted out.
You think Charles?
Oh, there you go.
Am I back?
Yeah, you're
back. The tough part about like, I mean, I'm 5'10", so Charles is just going to bully his way down the court. Like, there's nothing I can do to stop.
Charles is pretty fast.
Yeah, but you can have first step. You're gonna have first step on him.
Sure, I'm gonna get around him 9 times out of 10, but I'm probably only gonna make the layup 7 of those times, and he's gonna be able to bully me, just back me down every time.
Yeah, I would get whooped by. I don't know if there's.
Then I'd start to try to shoot threes, and
I'd have to look. We'll do that. We'll save that for next time you're on. We'll go through the Hall of Fame and figure out.
Dude, there are some 90-year-old dudes out there that are still hobbling around that I could just torch.
This initially popped into my head because Austin, I think his greatest basketball performance ever, and it was against a team of high school girls. Yep. That takes nothing away from going. I think you went like 9 for 9 from 3, which is Sabrina Ionescu type stuff, right, Hayes?
Yep.
I mean,
very Curry.
Pretty.
I was pooping in my pants during that game.
It was
hilarious.
That's the thing is, as y'all both well know, that night was a microcosm of just the streakiness of how I was as a basketball player from the time I was like 6 until today. I can get that hot at any time and be just that cold at any given point, and it can turn like that.
Well, that was unbelievable. That was one of the funniest, laughing, crying. Like, it's going in. I don't care. I'm just going to get him the ball, and it's going in. So
Tyrese Halliburton for that 90 seconds in the All-Star game, that's how I felt that night. You know, everything I put up was going in.
Well, I guess we should change the question. Is there any WNBA player that you think you could beat in one-on-one?
No.
Hayes, what about you?
Most of them. I got in trouble today. Not in trouble, but I was critiqued, I guess, in my confidence, where there was a debate that is like, how many points could you get on LeBron like right now out of 100? Like if we're playing,
you're playing to 100?
No. Yeah, we're playing to 100. And how many points could I get on him? And nobody thought that they would be able to score it all. And I was like, I get 12 to 15. And they were like, I was like, yeah, easily.
It's 100% going to be a multiple of 3 because you're not hitting anything inside the 3-point.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I think I hit 5 threes.
There's no way if LeBron is interested, you're getting shut out.
Anyway, that was my answer. And so my answer is going to be the same for that question as all of them.
So let me give you this story. So I do not play tennis. I do not practice tennis. I don't own a tennis racket. I never do anything with tennis. Our best couple friends, she plays tennis every weekend. She plays in leagues. And she was like, I want to play you in tennis. I'm like, sure. I'm a super athletic guy. I'm in really good shape right now. Like, I'll run you off the tennis court.
Yeah, I think I took like half of your pounds, Austin. Like that's probably true.
And so I was like, you're gonna have to loan me a racket. And so we go out there, and it was in the middle of summer. It was hot. It was like 100 degrees, and I was like, this is perfect. I can run all day. And you know, she's just a mom, right? Like that plays tennis all the time. She beat me, but it was close. And I feel like
that's what I'm saying. I feel like that all day long.
If given another chance, like now that I've played once and like gotten all of like how do I get a ball over the net? Like got that stuff out again. If we ever play again, I'm gonna beat her.
Well, then let's take it to this level. Would you consider cutting your wiener off in order to play in the women's tennis pro championship?
No.
Why not?
It just wouldn't be worth it.
What do you mean glory? That's a lot of glory.
People watch me on TV. I'll pass.
Would you? Oh, ouch! That's mean. Would you cut your wiener off? No, you know what? We can be done with that. I'll move on.
Yeah, I think
I'm glad we're moving on from that. That's good.
That's truly all I have.
That was a lot. They got 18 minutes of overtime. Free. Yeah. We got free podcast tonight.
Free podcast. Yeah. Pod and a half. Well, Hayes, let's finish this up. Are you going to rap tonight, Hayes?
I'm not.
I think you have to.
If Austin raps, I'll rap.
No, heck no.
Hayes,
oftentimes I freestyle. I learned it's really nice to connect to people that you just don't even. It's like I saw you yesterday, right? And that's rare that you get in life. Is that people that you don't have to try? It's not like and just like immediately, right? And I really love and respect that about you, not just you, but people that are like that, where it just doesn't take any effort. Because in the world that we're in right now, a lot of things take effort, and it's nice to know that you can always go back and just pick right back up where you left off, and that's what I learned.
You are such a boomer. Goodness gracious.
I'll take that as a big compliment.
All right.
Landon, you want to go next?
We good.
Austin, did you learn anything tonight?
Man, I learned that Hayes is getting all the cash under the table from the Russians.
That's right.
all those rupees are coming right to Panama Slim's offshore account.
That's dang straight.
Panama Slim.
Dang straight.
Oh man, I would just second what Hayes said. I had very little doubt that Austin was going to jump on here, which is comforting from a Gwin, because usually it was the exact opposite with Bodie. If I texted Bodie and gave him a few hours advance notice, it was more than likely a no.
He's also a college kid.
About to say, he's a junior in college. Cut him some slack.
That's fair. That's fair. But he was our intern, so we never had an exit interview, and that kind of bugs
me. We paid him well.
You know what?
He got paid.
If you
just
paid
as
him
much
well,
as we
then
did.
You know what? That sounds like more than what he got paid at Woodmont. So for being an intern, I think he's still trying to get that last paycheck from them.
Oh, wow!
Are you serious?
We need to have him back then.
Kind of.
All right, let's talk about that off pod.
Yeah,
let's
take it off air and let's.
Thank you for tuning in to episode.
Well, that was a really
6. That's 3 years. 3 years of podcasting. We love you all, and we're gonna let Hayes wrap us out. Hayes.
I'm getting butter on my bread. I got bread. I'm baking it in the oven. Watch this rind. Oh, jeez. I got this wine. I'm whining like a swine. I'm Peppa the Pig. I piglet, ligget. I'm Winnie the Pooh. I'm getting the honey and money, bunny, funny, cunny, chunny, funny, play. I'm back to the bread and sourdough. You a sour. I'm a sour bro. I got bro in the fofo. I'm fofo slow is 8. I'm 8. I'm eating it up. I'm eating a buttercup, pencil truck. I'm done. That's it.
Don't forget, please go subscribe on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram. Reach out to us. We'll hit you back. And thank you for listening. We'll see you next week. Peace.